Imagine a country where the government grinds to a halt, leaving essential services in limbo and millions of lives hanging in the balance. That's the stark reality of a government shutdown, and today marks day 16 of this political stalemate. But here's where it gets even more complicated. The Senate is gearing up for its 10th attempt to pass a bill that could end this chaos. Yet Democrats and Republicans remain firmly entrenched in their positions. Will this vote break the deadlock? Or are we in for a longer, more painful standoff? Let's dive into the latest developments and what they mean for everyone involved. The Senate's 10th attempt, a Hail Mary or a turning point? As the clock ticks, the Senate is set to vote late Thursday morning on a House-passed bill aimed at reopening the government. This isn't their first rodeo. The measure has already failed 9 times, falling short of the 60 votes needed to move forward. Republicans have been tirelessly trying to sway Democrats, but so far, no new supporters have emerged. Meanwhile, Democrats are standing firm, demanding an extension of health insurance tax credits as their price for reopening the government. It's a high-stakes game of political chess, and neither side seems willing to blink first. A new strategy emerges, funding the Pentagon. But here's a twist. Senate GOP leaders are now trying a different tactic. They're pushing for a full, year-long appropriations bill to fund the Pentagon, with hopes of attaching other funding measures to it. Senate Majority Leader John Thune is optimistic, but the big question remains. Will Democrats play ball? Thune has been vocal, urging Democrats to let the Senate move forward, warning that blocking the defense bill could backfire on them politically. He's even hinted at adding appropriations for other key departments like labor, health and human services, and education. But in this polarized climate, nothing is certain. The human cost, who gets paid and who doesn't. While politicians spar, the real-world consequences are mounting. FBI Director Kash Patel announced that FBI agents will continue to be paid during the shutdown, thanks to unspecified funding sources. Similarly, military personnel received their paychecks after the Trump administration tapped into unused research and development funds. But House Speaker Mike Johnson has sounded the alarm, calling this a temporary fix and warning that troops could miss their next paychecks if the shutdown drags on. It's a stark reminder that behind every political maneuver are real people whose lives are being disrupted. The healthcare tax credit debate, a deal breaker? And this is the part most people miss. The healthcare tax credit extension has become a sticking point. Democrats insist it's non-negotiable, while Republicans argue it's not the immediate issue at hand. Speaker Johnson has been clear. The Obamacare subsidy expires on December 31st, and discussions were always planned for October and November. He accuses Democrats of running down the clock, making it impossible to include the issue in the current continuing resolution, CR. Johnson emphasizes the need for a member-driven consensus process, rejecting any backroom deals that guarantee outcomes. But Democrats aren't budging, leaving the issue and the shutdown in a precarious stalemate. What's next? The Senate's busy schedule today. The Senate has a packed agenda. At 10 a.m., they convene, followed by a procedural vote at 11 a.m. on the House-passed CR to fund the government until November 21st. Another procedural vote on a judicial nomination is also on the table. Then at 1:30 p.m., they'll vote on advancing the full-year Defense Department funding measure. It's a day of high drama and even higher stakes. Thune's offer, a vote. But no guarantees. In a recent MSNBC interview, Senator Thune revealed he's offered Democrats a guaranteed vote on their health insurance demands, but not a guaranteed outcome. He believes Democrats need to take yes for an answer, but many remain skeptical, insisting on concrete assurances. Thune thinks there's a path forward, but it's clear that trust, or the lack thereof, is a major hurdle. He also stressed that any health insurance tax credit extension must include reforms, adding another layer of complexity to the negotiations. The big question: will the shutdown last through Thanksgiving? When asked if the shutdown could drag on until Thanksgiving, Thune expressed hope that it wouldn't. He sees the House-passed bill as the quickest solution. But with both sides dug in, the timeline remains uncertain. The longer this goes on, the greater the impact on federal workers, essential services, and the economy as a whole. Controversial take: is this shutdown a failure of leadership? Here's a thought-provoking question. Is this shutdown a symptom of deeper systemic issues in our political system? Some argue that the inability to compromise reflects a failure of leadership on both sides. Others contend that sticking to principles, even in the face of a shutdown, is a sign of integrity. What do you think? Is this a necessary part of the democratic process or a dangerous game with real-world consequences? Let's open the floor for discussion. Share your thoughts in the comments below. As we watch this political drama unfold, one thing is clear: the stakes have never been higher. Whether you're a federal worker, a military family, or just a concerned citizen, the outcome of this shutdown will affect us all. Stay tuned for more updates as this story continues to develop.